us too, yeah, you're right. Hi. Can you hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Good. Lit. Good. I'm good. How are you? I look tired. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be on brand. I'm always tired. I had a dream about hot chocolate. Nice. I'm just kind of doing this because I was semi-tired and then all of a sudden I wasn't. And I've just had a long day. Midnight where you are, but you can't sleep. Well, maybe this will help. Thank you. I'm glad my voice is soothing to you. Hello. Lucifer Morningstar. Hello. I'm good. How are you? I'm a little stressed, a little tired, but I'm alright. Long day at work and then getting home and just came straight upstairs and collapsed and was like, alright. Yeah, it is 12:23 a.m. for me right now. Well, I just wanted to do this is gonna be a mini stream. I don't think it's gonna be, nearly as long as the last one, which was like an hour and a half, which that was unintentional. The intent was to only be for, I don't know, an hour max, but once I get to talking, then I don't shut up, so. But I was just wondering, wanted to ask if there's anyone here who's good at, like, analyzing dreams and stuff, or, like, what's the weirdest or scariest or whatever dream you've ever had. Because I am someone who, my voice isn't too loud, is it? I still want this to be, like, ASMR level speaking. Ramble. I don't want to just speak normally and be loud, because I do. That's the whole point, is that this is ASMR. Okay. No, it's not. Okay, good. I tend to be prone to nightmares. Not entirely sure where they started coming from. But growing up, I would have them about as much as the average person would have them, and then just within the last, well, really since I graduated high school, it's been pretty consistent. Which sucks, but I don't know, because I'm really good about differentiating between what's dreams and what's reality, and like what I actually need to be worried about, and it freaks me out in the moment, of course, and sometimes I'll wake up and be like a little freaked out, but then by the time I'm fully awake, it's over. It doesn't faze me anymore. It's just really annoying because then I feel like even though I'm asleep, I'm using up all of my reserve energy fending off the nightmare, and then when I wake up, I'm even more tired than usual, which is saying something for me because I'm always tired. I dream about being supposed to be able to save everyone. Yeah, I feel that. I've had dreams like that too. What color hair do I have? Oh, it's still the neon green. I just felt a black and white filter was more appropriate here. dream about the sun crashing into the earth. Damn. My nightmares are usually just like about either something like sad or upsetting that has happened in my past that like I'm over myself, but my subconscious apparently thinks I'm not. It like rehashes old things, and then it's like, well, now I'm bummed. But, you know, like I said, I wake up and I'm fine. It's just really annoying because it's exhausting. Yeah. Emotionally draining. I totally feel that. But yeah, I'll have dreams like either about something sad or like really emotionally draining or just anxiety inducing. Or I'll have like fully fledged nightmares about like either the dumbest, most random shit. And when I wake up, I'm like, okay, that was weird. But other times it seems like stuff that could be based on reality, or like one of you just said, I apologize, I didn't see your name, but when you have to like save someone or save a bunch of people, I always wake up right before I die in a dream. Yeah, no, I've done that before too. Sorry this is graphic, but I've watched myself get decapitated in a mirror before in a dream, which was very vivid. Also, I know that I apologize a lot for this, and it's like, well, if you're sorry, then you would just make more cosplay content. But I could. It's just, I don't feel the motivation or, like, have the willpower right now to get into a cosplay, because getting into the cosplay is the easy part. Acting and stuff in a cosplay and being in character is what you need energy and to be in the right mood for. And I know that like no one's coming at me for this. This is all just in my own head and me being hard on myself and feeling guilty. But I do kind of want to cosplay maybe here on my couple days off. We'll see. I really don't make any promises. I've got a lot going on, aside from, you know, the state of the world and stuff. Just in my personal life, there's just like a lot. I mean, to someone else it probably wouldn't seem like a lot, but anyway, I'm fine, so you don't need to like worry about me or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just drained, and the idea of getting into a cosplay and having to act as that character is really exhausting. But I feel guilty because like I have the time and like I could do it. You know, I have all my cosplays in here, so why don't I just do it? And this is also just kind of a means of me like fleshing out my own guilt and stuff, I suppose, and feeling and not talking to the wall about it over and over again, and just letting you know where I'm at mentally and stuff, because I do still want to cosplay. Like, that hasn't gone away. I'm not ending my cosplay career or anything. It's just I don't feel like I could make content in cosplay and make it genuine. And I don't want to just like force content, because then it's not real. It's not genuine, and it's not as enjoyable to make, or I feel like to watch, because then it seems very forced and faked, and it would probably be a lot more scripted, and I don't like to script my stuff. You all know that. I come up with like a premise, maybe one or two good lines to sink in somewhere, and I just wing it, and that works out pretty well for me. But I just like doing that. I can't think of a good mental script or whatever. I can't think of anything to make, or like I have a couple of ideas, but it's just the thought of getting up and getting into those cosplays and stuff. You're loved no matter what. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're all very special too. I keep saying I'm sorry, and then I feel bad because I don't do anything to change it, so I feel like my apology is then bullshit. But I really don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of I'm just tired and out of it, and oh, I have been slightly productive though. I have been rearranging my room a bit, and I feel like that will definitely help with getting back into producing content once my room is more sorted out, because I also, with moving things around, don't have as much room to move and to film in at the moment. But I did buy myself a desk the other day, so I'm working on getting that moved up into my room, and hopefully once that's set up, then I'll have my recording set up back and can get on with that. Make videos as I saw in the future. Sure, I could. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to hunt down all of the proper cosplay pieces for him. Excuse me. Well, it's working. I'm getting tired slowly. But anyway, we were talking about dreams, and then I started feeling guilty. Ignore me, I'm just hard on myself. But I do want you all to know that I will be cosplaying again. It's just a matter of things calming down for right now. But I do care about all of you. I appreciate all of you, and I still do really want to give you guys good content, and I do like doing live streams and just chatting with whoever shows up. Your laugh is precious, thank you. You're fine being late, I'm just here rambling and being an idiot. Thank you, Claire, I appreciate that. It's just, that's literally my only excuse. It's just a lot is going down, and I am one man, and I'm struggling. But anyway, yeah, we were talking about dreams, and I do think that dreams are a reflection of like what's happening in your subconscious. Nodding off, just listening. Well, thank you. That's the idea. I'm the definition of a beanie baby. Thank you, Carrie Cosplays. I appreciate that. Thank you, Abstract Quest. You're very sweet. But, yeah, I do think that dreams are usually tied in some way to your subconscious. And sometimes they're just random bullshit, and I think that that is just your brain, like if it's overactive at night or something, or if you're really stressed and focused on something the next day, I think that that's a good part of it. Oh yeah, feel free to keep sharing your dream stories in the chat, and you all can talk about them. Oh, my AC just went off. But I'm just gonna... Oh, and it's back on. Never mind. I'm just gonna ramble here for a little bit and just kind of like voice thoughts. So, yes, feel free, fall asleep, whatever. That's fine. That's what this is for. I talk a lot, and I'm tired of talking to the wall. So, I have a lot of thoughts and things, and want to bounce them off people instead of just talking to myself. But, yeah, that's a big thing for me, and my therapist was saying, it's been a minute since I've actually gone to therapy, but, because I've been doing better in general, so I haven't felt the need to, like, really make another appointment right now, so I'm in a which is also what makes it really weird that I'm having so many nightmares. But I can see where some videos are related to like stress and day-to-day life stuff like that, like work, and then, you know, I think that any dreams about dying are probably, at least in some capacity, tied to COVID, most likely, and hearing about all of the deaths from that, and then just thinking about that all day, and that's, you know, it's always on my mind because I am back at work full time and I'm surrounded by strangers all day, but your boy needs money. So I do think that that's kind of where that comes from. It's also probably the fear of death, because that's one, probably my primary fear, is just fearing death. But I'm just curious about like what these dreams mean and stuff, and you know, of course, I like to think a very logical person, and I just kind of, I overanalyze things a lot, which in some capacity is not good, but in others it can be very insightful and hopeful. Very introspective, is that the right word? But I think it is related to stress, but I don't feel nearly as stressed as I used to, so I'm confused as to why they'd be like flaring up now. But yeah, like some of the weird dreams I've had are about like I'm being chased by something, or like me and or I should say a group of my friends and proper grammar here, Alex, are like, we're all like running away from something, or it's like me and my parents, and we don't even always see it, we just know something is coming. I don't know if it's like a person or some monster, or like, I'm sure whatever it is that's chasing us, we can't see it because it's supposed to be a manifestation of everything that we're afraid of. So I feel like that's kind of the story behind those type of dreams, is like, if you can't see, like if it's not a specific person or a specific entity or something that you know you fear in your waking life, or that you have an issue with in your waking life, that it's probably just, you don't see it because it's maybe something you can't see. Like, well, take like COVID, for example. You can see how it affects people, but you can't, like, well, I suppose on a microscopic level you could, but you can't see like the virus itself. This is just an example. I'm not saying this is what my dreams are about for sure, but it's just the embodiment of all of the things that you're worried about or afraid of, or just things that you're avoiding in your day-to-day life, is what I feel like that's about. Maybe it's something that you're forcing back in your subconscious and not addressing outright. But for me, I don't know what that would be, which is, again, why I'm confused. Are dreams caused by our own realities? Yeah, I would say so. That would be kind of cool, though. That'd be like a paranormal fixation type of thing, with Sander crossing between realities and his dreams. I'm just curious about what, you know, different types of dreams mean, and, you know, watching yourself die. Like, this is a very morbid stream, I apologize. I didn't mean to make it like that. I was just genuinely curious about what these different dreams mean, and if anyone else had thoughts about them. But watching yourself die, that's kind of I mean, I'm sure part of that at least stems from like a fear of death or not knowing with 100% certainty what comes after. Because no one knows that for sure. No one that's alive today, can say exactly what happens when we die. There's plenty of speculation and everything, but it's the fear of the unknown. I wonder what else a death in a dream could symbolize. Rebirth, excuse me, probably. Or you could have a positive spin on it. Maybe you feel helpless about the fact that you will die someday. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It could be a symbol of rebirth. Why can't I say that word? Rebirth. Where you're like shedding your old skin in a sense and you've become this new person. And you're very happy with like who you are now, even though in the dream it's very dark. Because I've had plenty of like change, yeah. Like there's a big change coming. Maybe it's so big that your brain doesn't know how else to symbolize this change other than, or like how big this change really is for you emotionally or whatever. So it shows you it physically. Like it doesn't, you can't actually see an emotion itself. So in order for your brain to like comprehend the emotions you're feeling, maybe your brain turns it into something physical and shows you just how much it's affecting you emotionally. That's a thought. What else was I gonna say? Oh, I've had plenty of in tarot card readings, the death card represents good changes. Well, there you go. I've had plenty of dreams about like being back in high school, which I hate. I always like, school is important and education is important. I just don't do well in a like classroom setting. That's not how I learn the best. Learning is important and you should learn as much as you can always. It's just some people learn in different ways. But I have dreams about being back in my high school and then like, but all the classrooms are moved around and like I'm late to a class or something. And for some reason, those really get under my skin. Like, I wake up and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm late for school. And I'm like, I haven't been to school in almost 3 years. Well, maybe. No, 2 years. Wow. It's been 2 years. Forgive me, I'm tired. But I don't know exactly what that one would mean. I mean, I know that, like, I hate high school and I hate the thought of, being back in a school setting. Because, like I said, that's just not where I do well. So, maybe that has something to do with feeling lost somehow, but I don't really feel that lost. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing what makes me happy, save for my day job, which is not where I want to be for the rest of my life. Maybe it's that I'm feeling stuck in that, like, I want to get out of this job, but I don't know how. Not this job, but my day job. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of it, or I have a lot of branching paths or something like that I need to, like, go on and address things from. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. I'm just, I'm sorry, this is probably a really stupid stream, but I just wanted to talk to y'all. And just see if anyone else had thoughts. But I'm genuinely curious. And if any of you have experienced nightmares like that, if, you know, you talk to anyone about them, and if they, you know, gave you any insights into it. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. This is, this is probably a dumb idea for a stream, but just feeling introspective. Oh, actually, that's kind of a cool little side note. The concept of Xander crossing over between dimensions, or between alternate universes or realities or whatever you want to call it, actually came to me in a dream. I have a lot of ideas actually come from dreams, not as many anymore, but a substantial amount. And I was walking down a hallway, much like how I described it for Xander, and just there were a bunch of doors on either side, and if I opened one, then I would be in some different realm or whatever. It was a pretty basic dream, but I managed to expand that into a story, which is kind of what I do if if I dream up a good sequence for something or for a good character, then yeah. Yeah, running away from someone and being super slow, I feel that. I totally feel that. Excuse me digging in my ear, just itchy all of a sudden. Yeah, why is that? Maybe it's because you're supposed to be slow and it's your brain telling you to stop and face it, turn around and face whatever's chasing you, address it, or you're just going to be like running forever. Or maybe you're slow because you can only run so far away from this thing that you're avoiding, and then it's going to catch up to you, and then you're going to have to face it one way or another, so you might as well face it head on and be prepared for it rather than just putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Is there something you're putting off? Dream of your worst fears. Oh yeah, all the time. Like my biggest fear is I'm afraid of death. But I'm also extremely claustrophobic. So I have dreams about like being squished or crushed or in tiny spaces, and I hate it. I feel like you're falling. Yeah, I've had dreams like that too. The feeling of falling and then all of a sudden just waking up. That could be like symbolic of a crash and burn or something. I don't know. It just like maybe you're burning yourself out, wearing yourself out. I can just have to do with our brain is slower to load information in our dreams, so it's basically like lagging in a dream. That's interesting. That's a good thought actually. Died being shot in the back. That again, symbolism. You know, would someone hurt you in your day-to-day life, someone you trusted? Want to scream? Yeah. I've had dreams like that too, where it feels like you're trying to scream and then it like doesn't happen. Or like you're not making any sound. I think that's symbolic of just feeling like you're not heard in your day-to-day life. I've heard that when you jolt awake after falling in a dream, it's because your heart rate was falling too low and your brain gives you a vibe check. Okay, that was a good one, I'll give you that. Yeah, I believe that's true, that like your heart rate starts to fall a bit too low, and then when you like jolt awake or whatever, it's just your body being like, are you alive? But yeah, I don't know, man, dreams are weird. Brain be like, yo, what up? You dead, fam? sorry, I know that this was a dumb stream, but it was just supposed to be a little ramble because sometimes those help me fall asleep, just listening to someone talk quietly. Don't even have to really be listening to what I'm saying, but this is just here to help you sleep and to help me get my thoughts out. Ever tried to punch something? Yeah, I mean, I've like tried to fight back and stuff, and it just like hasn't worked and stuff. I don't know what to make of that. I think that's also another form of feeling like you can't do something that you really want to do, or you feel like you feel unsafe, or like you can't defend yourself, or like you're not allowed to defend yourself over something, or feeling like the smaller, weaker individual in a scenario. I've heard a dream about drowning and not being able to breathe. Yeah, I think so. Well, now that you say that, actually, I think I must have had a dream about drowning at some point, but I can't say that I like remember it. It hasn't stuck with me. One kind of funny dream that I remember from being a kid when I was in my old bedroom down the hall. My parents' room was like kitty corner to that room, and so one night we both had our doors open. I think it was like really hot or something, and we had the one AC going. And anyway, my parents were asleep, obviously, and I was having a dream, but I didn't realize that I was dreaming because it was one of those dreams that seems like it's real. Like my room, I was in my room, it looked the same, and I was like in bed and everything. And I heard these weird alien noises coming from my parents' room. And so I got up and got out of my bed and walked over to the door and looked in there, and there was just like this weird little green, like the stereotypical idea of an alien. And it was just this little green alien, dude. And it was freaking me the fuck out. And it was just making this sound. And I was like, what the hell is that noise? And then I realized it was this alien thing. And I was terrified, so I ran downstairs and grabbed the first thing I could find, which for whatever reason was a pie. Go fucking figure. Like a whole ass pie. And I brought it back upstairs and threw it at the alien thing. And then the ee sound got like louder and louder, and then I got more scared. Yeah, rip pie, no kidding. It started charging at me, and I ran back into my room and jumped into bed. And when I jumped into bed, I actually woke up, and I was looking around. I was hella confused, and then I come to realize the little ee alien sound was my mom snoring. So that's where that came from. Yeah, my mom's screams? Snores. Where did screams come from? Yeah, throw a pie at an alien, I love it. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a good method of like getting rid of this alien. I was in my kitchen. I could have grabbed a knife. I could have grabbed, somebody that. Oh, hey, Roman. What's up? Y'all, my brother's here. What's up, dude? I didn't expect you to be here. I was actually just about to start cutting this video off. But yeah, this weird alien thing was just coming from my mom snoring, and I've just ever since then, I have the memory of a goldfish, but for some reason that stuck with me like my whole life, and it's so funny to me. And I could have grabbed a knife, I could have grabbed a pan or a pot or anything. No, I grabbed a fucking pie and ran back upstairs. downstairs and just smashing that little fucker's face. I couldn't explain that one to you. But, yeah, I'm sorry. I know this was a really dumb stream. And I'm sure you're going to say, no, it wasn't. I'm just being hard on myself, which is probably true. I just was curious about what y'all thought about it, and if y'all have had any weird dreams. It's not done this actually very helpful. Oh, well, I'm glad you think so. Thank you. It makes me feel a bit better. Yeah, I'm just a person. I'm just a guy who has a lot of thoughts, and I just like to talk them out sometimes. But yeah, I'm probably gonna actually head for bed here in a bit. I do feel really bad that this might end up being the video for this week. I did want to do a stream this week anyway, and that would be my video for this week, but I feel like this one was kind of a letdown. I'm being hard on myself again. Shut up, Alex. People have enjoyed this. They're happy being here. Stop being hard on yourself. You're valid. You're stressed. Live your best life. Get some fucking sleep. They'll all still be here in the morning. We're happy. Well, I'm glad. But yeah, I hope you all sleep well. Yeah, you too, bro. Sleep well. Or well, I suppose you're getting up for work, so good luck. But I hope you all sleep well. I do care about all of you very much. Thank you for being here. And thank you for joining me and listening to me ramble for almost 40 minutes. And I appreciate you all very much. And thank you for listening to me. Good night, everybody.